Hey everyone, and welcome to Edible Canopy Food Forest for Beginners. I'm Sandra, and about a month ago I posted a video on the loofah plant and how you could saute it up and eat it as a vegetable, or you could also do a sponge. At the time I didn't have two mature loofahs to do that with, and I do today, so I'm going to show you how to make a sponge out of them. Alright, so I wanted you to see how my loofah vines were in our garden area and how I made a trellis out of this cattle fencing. So like I mentioned, I did a video about a month ago on the actual loofah plant and how it can be used as a vegetable. Or what I did on these particular two that I have hanging here is I let them dry out. So of course, if they're not green, then you don't want to eat them. You want to let them dry out. So they've been hanging here, and what I'm going to do is clip them off with some clippers and bring them over and start peeling them. So here they are here. I've clipped them off, and they're pretty lightweight and very porous. So I like to go ahead and cut the ends off, and it's really crunchy and dry and fibrous. So when they're a vegetable and when they're green, and if you look at my other video, you'll see they kind of look like, to me, a cucumber, maybe a zucchini. And it's amazing how this can turn into a fibrous mesh like this, and you can make sponges out of it. It just is so intriguing to me. So I am peeling off the outside skin, which is dry and crispy, and it's coming off really easy, which is nice. Now, if you run into a situation where it's a struggle and it's not peeling off well, then you can always take this and submerge it in like a bucket with 1 part vinegar to 4 parts water for an hour or two and let it soften that outer shell so it's a lot easier to peel. And you can see I'm just peeling this off, and once I've gotten it peeled off, you'll see that it's got some seeds in it. So you can see they kind of pop out when you move it around, the seeds, and of course if I shake it, they start falling out. And I keep these seeds because I can let them dry out a little bit more. I put them in a container, and I use these seeds for myself for next year. Or if I want to share them with a seed exchange, I can certainly do that and provide people with these seeds and get other seeds that I might need in exchange. So it's really a great concept. So again, I'm just trying to get the seeds out. Now, if you can't get them all out, you can also soak this in soapy water and the seeds will loosen up. Or when I go to cut them in a minute, I'll show you, the seeds will come out as well. So I'll show you how I do that. And this is my other one here that I'll just do later on when I have more time. I'm not going to make you sit through that. Okay. So here are the two loofahs that I took the outer shell off, and they are ready now. I'm going to cut them and make them into a square sponge. That's kind of how I like to do it. So you're going to get through the center of it, and just don't cut the other side because you're going to use that as a fold. And I'm just opening it up. And you'll probably find some seeds still in there, which is okay. I knew that I was going to be cutting this, so I didn't feel like I needed to put it in soapy water to get the seeds out, which you could do if you're using it more as the rounder sponge effect. If you're wanting to do it that way without cutting it, you certainly can. So I'm just, again, opening it up, getting any seeds out that I might find. And it's a pretty easy process to do. So I'm just kind of spreading it apart, picking out anything in here that I don't want. Now I'm folding it, and I'm just seeing how even it is on either side. You can see that it's not completely even, so I'm going to trim it off so it's more of a square that I can actually sew around the edges a lot easier by doing it that way. So I'm just trimming it up and folding it. And now I'm going to get some twine that I have in a larger needle, and I just tie a knot in the end, on the end of it, and I'm going to just thread it through. Now you could put a little bar of soap in the center of this before you start sewing it up if you choose to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to sew this up, and I'm going to use this as a scrubby sponge in my kitchen, you know, to scrub my pots and pans or to actually clean out the sink with it. So I just do a really light stitch. As you can see, I just go around it, just make sure I keep it in, you know, intact and tight enough where it's not going to fold open again, but not tight. And it's really up to you how many stitches you want to put through. And you'll have to determine how close to the edge you get your stitches, because it is porous, it's fibrous, so you might have to go in maybe 1/8 of an inch from the edge to get your stitches to hold. So I just go around. You can get color thread if you want. You can get the thread that I have that matches the color here. You know, whatever you feel works for you. And if you like bright colors and you want to make the thread and the stitching stand out, go get you some color stitching. That's up to you. Or if you want it to blend together, that's up to you as well. So it's really kind of fun to do this and kind of watch how this forms into a sponge that you can use for your everyday routines in your house. Or if you want to even keep it in the garage, or you want it in your bathroom. It's really up to you, but it is really fun. So I just wanted to show you how I stitch around this, and just keep going, and then I'll knot it at the end and feed it through. So this is it. If you find this video helpful, hit like. If you have any questions or concerns about the video that maybe I didn't make clear enough for you, please put it in the comments below, and I'd be glad to help you in any way I can. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you.